we did previously observer pattern, strategy pattern. We can take a look at it. You will remember that we talked about observer pattern. It was the last subject of last week. But today it's going to be a little bit more difficult what we're going to do. This is something called, all right, this is called Decorator pattern. It is more difficult and a little more advanced, I can easily say. So in order to do that, we will be thinking about, like, we are writing a small program for a coffee shop. That coffee shop has several coffee types, and there are several condiments that you add on. When the customer comes to the counter, usually, you know, they say the type of coffee they want. Plus, if there are any other things that they want to add on to it, they also add that too. So that is actually, maybe we have, these are the ones that we have, like we have these types, and we can add extra things on top of these. But what we are asked for is to write a cashier program that is, you know, when the customer comes in, we will select several of these coffees and condiments, and then we will be able to tell the price. What is the total price of the order? So this is our goal today. So and finally we'll be learning, hopefully, what is Decorator pattern, design pattern. All right. Any thoughts about that? We will immediately begin working on that. And let me see. Okay, I have this. And I have also this. This is new. I just recently got that one. Hopefully this is a good one. I was using something else previously, but okay. Funny, but I cannot see. Okay, great. Right, I think this will work. Yeah, tell me, I mean, what we can do about this. I'm playing with it. Anyway. You know, I was a little bit more rigid when I found out that I'm more rigid because I'm thinking that, okay, this is going to be on video and we will put it on YouTube. So I have to look, for example, I don't know, more formal or something. Okay, yeah, this one looks good. All right, so what normally would you be thinking about? Like, I have a coffee class, probably, yes. And what would you do? I have a coffee class, and maybe I have like a house plant and other types inheriting this. What would you be doing about that? But there's also condiments. What would you like to do? And for all of them, I need to have a host that will be returning me the cost of it. So I have 4 or maybe more, maybe 5. I have at the moment 4, but I can add in the future like 8 different condiments, different coffees. How can I do this? What is your opinion about that? So, I mean, you know how it works. We do it together. So, let's try to do it. Oops. Oh, this doesn't work. Okay. Oh, funny. What is your thinking? I think that one of the first things that comes to mind is we should have an abstract or a super type of a class, which is a coffee, and there are 4 types of coffees, and then we will be adding some extra condiments in it, right? This is what comes to mind. I'm not talking about any displays, you know, the screen and everything, or the controls. I'm just only thinking about the core model of it. So if I have one, let me see. If I have only one class like that, oops, you see I'm still playing, no rush. I need another one, maybe this, pencil, no, ballpoint, that looks good. Good. Is it readable? You're not saying anything. I mean, people think that I'm talking to myself. All right. So what do you think? I have a coffee here. All right. This is the. So I will have some condiments. How would you be doing this?
Instead of inheriting the the base coffee types from coffee superclass, I would have coffee as a class, and like we did in the strategy pattern, I would have 2 interfaces: coffee base and coffee condiment. And so each coffee would have one base and an array list of condiments.
Okay, so what you suggest?
So
I have one coffee class.
yes, a coffee base class and a coffee condiment class.
These are interfaces.
Coffee is a class.
Coffee is a class, but the coffee base is an interface.
Coffee base can be an interface, can be an abstract class.
All right, so let's do this like. All right, let's first do the. I have the interface. This is what you suggest, which is a coffee base.
Yes.
And out of this, I have, which is implementing
Yes. Decaf.
decaf, for example. And I have another interface, which is
Coffee condiment.
condiment. And okay, I have like milk in here. So where am I going to store the information, like
Yes.
the price? I will store all the information here, like the price, for example.
Yes. So because the coffee base has a property price, all of them will have to implement price.
Oh, so this is not an interface.
No, it is an interface. See.
But in an interface, you cannot have any properties. You can only have methods.
Okay, then I will specify it as a method like get price.
Okay, this is maybe abstract class,
But I mean,
and this is maybe abstract class as well. So here's what you suggest. I mean, is there any other thoughts? Let me know. This is what you suggest. I have an interface named
coffee base.
Coffee Base. Oops. Yes, he's right. We need to have a. Right, let's choose this one. Let's call it Decorator 1. This is take 1. And
We're doing a class.
no, we're doing an interface. Coffee
Base.
base.
Yes.
Funny name. No, this is not gonna be an interface. You suggested it's gonna be an interface?
It might be, because then I would specify, for example, a private double get price.
Okay. So I follow you. Just all right. I have this copy base, and what do you want here?
Private double get price.
A floating point,
Yeah.
like cost.
Yeah.
All right. And this is what you mean by that.
Yes.
Okay. And then, just as one example, we have like the decaf coffee, which is gonna have its cost, right? Let's call it price. And this is going to implement yes. So, all right. So it's going to return price. This is what you suggest. And okay, let's use it. I mean, how are we going to use it?
Then we have a
Let's call it, we have a main test class that we will be running the things here. So I have a coffee base, C. I have a new decaf coffee. And, well, on purpose I didn't made it.
no, actually, I would
Okay, you do
suggest
something else.
Yeah. After implementing coffee condiment separately like this,
Okay, let's suppose that we're gonna do it.
I would have a coffee class,
Coffee class, okay.
which would,
Coffee,
and so now it would have one coffee base.
okay. So you suggest one coffee base
Yes, base.
and
And a collection of condiments. Very list.
list is okay?
Yeah. We would write coffee
Yeah.
condiments.
I will say condiments at this moment. And of course I will have another interface which will say condiments. Okay, and I will have a Is it all right? Is this something that you liked? So, what do you think? This will work? I think this will work, right? This will probably work. But tell me, why did you do this? Like, why did you put it in here? Coffee.
Because if I implemented different coffee bases as concrete classes, then I wouldn't be able to change back and forth between bases during runtime. For example, if someone made a mistake, then I would have to delete the order. For example, someone wanted a very extreme case. First said decaf, I entered decaf. Then swap to house blend. I would have to trash the order.
Okay.
So it's
So
like
maybe-
strategy design pattern.
Okay, this is interesting to think about. Like maybe coffee base. Okay, I'm thinking about the names. So would you be, for example, deleting the, would you want to be able to delete the coffee base, keep the condiments, and enter a new coffee base? This is what you mean, isn't it? That I go there and I say I want a decaf soya, I want a latte, decaf soya latte. But then I change my mind. No, I don't want soya, I want with milk. Then what you do, you cancel the whole order. But what you're saying that if this is the case, if we do it this way, I can keep the condiments, I can only delete the base.
Yes.
And I can, or maybe vice versa, like I can keep the base and I can change the condiments.
And also,
one by one.
Also maintenance-wise, I don't have to implement new concrete classes each time a new coffee base comes around. Because if I had to do that, and like, it doesn't make much difference, but it's more flexible to program. If I have a new coffee base, then I can just implement the coffee base interface.
And you mean, okay, if you have a new coffee base, like a new coffee arrived, you will just be implementing the coffee base, and then if there's a new condiment arrived, you will just be adding that new condiment and implement the condiment interface. So this is the idea. Exactly, super. All right. Is there any other way to do this? This is one way. We will compare all of them. This is take one. Decorator. Well, we're talking about decorators, you know, so this is number one. Decorator example. We can make it work, but it doesn't matter. We know that it is going to work. Is there anybody else who would like to change this design? Or you want me to? What do you say? There are simpler designs as well. Like, you know, I can have one class, as I said, but you came up with a better design from the start. You know, maybe another one will be. Let's do it. So let's say this is Decorator 2. So another way of doing it would be like I have a coffee class and I call it abstract. Okay, and then inside that one I can have different condiments, and for the condiments I can have again an interface, condiments interface, which is going to be giving me the costs. Sorry. And I will be, for example, at least for one, let's call it milk. This one will have a price and also so it will be returning me the price. And over here in this original coffee, I would be keeping, you know, very similar to what you did, but without having an extra interface. I can have a list again of condiments. This is my list, and in this list I will be able to keep like I can have an add command with a condiment, you know, and I can add this to my list. I have a funny way of writing code, right? Back and forth. What am I doing? So this is how it also might work, right? It is.
We need a concrete class for the basis.
Yeah, this is just I will be, and then this is my abstract class. I will be extending this one. What is this? Oh yeah, here. I will be extending this one. For example, what was the house plan? For example, we'll be extending coffee. This is funny. I need words for it. So here I will be extending the coffee. It will have its own price. So I didn't have a price here. So this one also will be having a price. And okay. So what I want to do, if somebody asks me what is the price of this one, I will be able to say, okay, where is this house plant? Yes, here it is. So I will be, and I can also make this abstract, so we'll be forcing this guy here to implement it. There's an easier way to do it. So go here and do this. So in here, what I will do, I will be going back to all the condiments, the list of the condiments, and then calculating, getting all their prices, add them on, and then we'll be returning this this as well. No, this is not the one. I made a mistake. No, this is, sorry, this is not the one. What I meant was this. Public abstract cost, sorry, float cost. So this is what I need. So I need to be implementing this one. So I'm sorry about that. So I will be having like a we'll be going through the list, the whole list, and also adding like the sum of this one will be my price to begin with. So I will be summing everything. When somebody asks me, this is the coffee, well, the coffee is a house plant, that's what I know. So the price of the house plant is this, whatever it is, like, what is the price of a house plant? It could be what do you think? The price will be 4 liras. Okay. The price of the house plant is 4 liras. So at the moment my sum is this. And then I will have, in here, as you see, I have this list of condiments. And if I do this, what is the type? Condiment. Is this correct? Yes. Okay, so I will say something like so exactly what you said, it's very similar, but instead I did something different. I made an abstract class and I put some of the useful things, you know, the things that will be repeated all over, like the addition of condiments, removal of condiments, list of condiments type of things. I'm going to put all of them in here. I will be only changing maybe even the cost will not be here. The cost also will be under here. all right, and then I will be keeping only the price in here. So that's going to be much more flexible. So this is one way of doing it. But then I will show you the decorator pattern, and but bear with me, it's going to be a little bit strange and difficult maybe, but then I will tell you why it might be needed, because with this kind of an example, yes, this can work. And what I can do is I can add things. I can only change the price here. I can move this to the super type class, the coffee class. I can move this over there. So everything is kept here. Whatever is new is in here. So things like that. But one more thing we forgot about that is we need to keep a number of shots. You know, I can say like, you know, what was the example like? Just let me see. Like whipped cream, okay, or mocha. People can ask more than one shot. So that is one problem we can have. And people might also ask for more than one shot for the coffee as well. So what would you do in that case? How would you want to change this? You need to change it because there might be some people coming in and saying, okay, I want, you know, well, at least in Starbucks, when you ask for a grande, it has 2 shots in it, right? Yeah? For latte and Americano, 2 shots. But you can say, I want an extra shot. And you can say, I want, I don't know, give me something. I forgot. Like extra shot, you know. I want whipped cream on it, but not one, but extra whipped cream. I don't know. It is possible.
What if they want 2 different types of blends, like one cello and the
Yeah, that's also the case. Yeah. So in that case, we need something like a multiplier. How can we solve that? What do you think? Yeah.
In my design, then I would also keep
Let's go to your design then. You do what?
If we come to the coffee class in Decorator 1.
Just a minute. We'll remove these. Coffee.
Yes. Then I would keep a list of coffee base now. And
Yeah.
then I would implement 2 methods, add coffee base, add condiment. And then during checkout, I would check that there must be at least 1 coffee base.
Okay, so what you say is, you know, we will count. Like if there are 2, then there is 2. So what we do is, instead of this, we will have another list. Like that. So it was simple. Just I put some things over here, so it was very simple. Okay, so we can handle it, no problem about that. So, and there's another funny way of doing it. It is not really evident in here that this is going to be useful. So don't say to me at the moment that, oh no, wow, this is too complicated, why do we need it, this one is working. But we will talk about it when it could be interesting to use that one too. Let's go back to this. Okay, what do I have? Okay, these are the things that I've already, okay, we are able to do that. This is one way of doing it. I'm not going to spend too much time on that because we already discussed. Like we've implemented. This was a very ugly way of doing it. Yep. Okay. So here comes the decorator pattern. So in this one.